me get our slides up. Okay, welcome everybody watching live and playback land. Super excited because 2 weeks into the month, we already have a couple achievers for our leaders lunch, and we just had our May Achievers Leaders Lunch on Sunday, which was so fun. We went to wait. I'm sorry if you can hear my family in the background. The Curtis. Wait, tell me what was it again, Diane? Because it was so pretty.
Oh, we went to the Curtis Hotel and we ate at Chez Ami, which is a historic Buffalo restaurant, and they relocated Buffalo's only rotating bar from the inside of a different restaurant to the Chez Ami, which is like pays it honors its heritage.
Yeah, it was super pretty, really good food, like really good food. And just fun to like see the Buffalo skyline and all the things. So we pick a different restaurant every time so we can try all the new spots. So hopefully you guys will earn it. But congrats to Heather and Jade who have already earned their spot. And remember, I do pay for your lunch when you're a first time team leader or higher. So make me pay for your lunch. I would love that so much. Um, our leaders in the unit, Jade is on, and she is like this close to promoting herself to officially do a senior consultant. Her
All right,
teammate is,
Jade.
yes, her teammate is almost active. She's so close to that retail amount, which is super exciting. So shout out. And Heather's got T minus 15 days to finish DIQ. So
Terrific.
cheering on Christofiak unit. Oh wait, where did yours go? It just went like a bunch of slides. Okay.
There we
There's
are.
Diane's dragonflies.
Yep, Catherine is a super senior. She has a team that has been, quite large over time. So it's always exciting to see when she returns to red. And Jess as well has had enough team members to be in red. So I know these girls are just a little intention from promoting themselves. Christine has a fantastic team member, Sherry. So
Okay, let's do a little bit of reco. And if you're watching the playback, put your numbers in the comments. We love to know where you're at. How'd your week go? Because we don't know unless you tell us.
yeah.
So, uh, how many days did you send your 6 most important things list, your to-do list, to your director? Put it in the chat. And yes, Heather did send it to me one time. I was very happy. You are not bugging us. You can definitely, um,
Absolutely.
yes.
And if you aren't sending it to your director, that probably means that you're not writing it. And um, I will share with you that when you're using a calendar that has your Mary Kay time colored in, where when your pink is, you can populate your 6 most important things list for more than one day at a time. It's a great brain dump for before bed so that you sleep more soundly, don't have, and if you don't do your 6 most important things list, you do think you work more Mary Kay than you actually do because you're thinking about it a lot versus releasing it and then staying present in the moment. But also you can strategize them, be like, oh, this has a sense of urgency. This will be on Monday's list. My next pink time is on Wednesday. This task can wait till Wednesday. I'll put it on there. And then you're not like reminding yourself all on Tuesday, oh my gosh, I can't forget to do this. I can't forget to. No, it's on the list. It's fine. So I wanted you to think of this tool as your own like emotional regulation. It creates balance in your life. It may not does it just make you more efficient, but it's freedom.
Yes, 100%. Um, all right, give us a wave, or I guess put in the chat what your sales were for this past week. And I know a lot of us are gearing up for a very big week this week. Super excited to hear our numbers next week. But I'm always excited to hear our numbers. So put in the chat, what were your sales so we can crown you the queen? Oh, where'd my check go? There it is. Heather's got $123 in sales. Congrats. And Jade, I did brag on you last week about your party that we did down in the southern tier. So you did get a shout out if you didn't watch the playback yet. Heather, where did your sales come from?
My sales came from reorders for people who needed small things, like a charcoal mask here, a hydrating cream mask, and then some CC cream and after sun gel were my big ones this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, a lot of after. Were any of those? Oh, it's really. Does anyone else hear the echoing with Heather?
No, I can hear echoing and I can hardly hear Heather.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna mute Heather for a minute. I don't hear the echoing. Okay, I'm
No,
gonna.
it's Heather. It's just Heather.
Okay, So Heather, put in the chat or figure out your audio. Was any of that from our balloon pop party last week? Because I too sold a lot of after sun gel and sunscreen last week thanks to the balloon pop party.
One of the after sun gels was from the balloon pop. No, two balloon
Nice.
pop after sun gels. Yep.
I love it. That balloon pop party was so fun. Awesome, awesome. And your audio's better now. I don't know what happened there. Um, okay. Who saw some faces this past week? And if they were at the balloon pop party, they count. They count. They were a face. They got Mary Kay presented to them. So all the things. So put in the chat how many faces did we see? Heather had 8. Jay, did you see any faces last week? I know 2 weeks ago you did, but did you last week? And I know she's getting ready, so she may not be able to get to the chat. Awesome, Heather. 8 faces. So exciting. I know you've been just crushing it with Maurice's. They've been such a good partner. I love that. I'm trying to duplicate that up here in Buffalo. So thank you for all the inspo.
Yeah, so fun.
Oh, my chat keeps disappearing on me. Okay, so bookings. We don't want snow blindness. It's not winter. So give us a wave or put in the chat your total bookings. And this could be people saying yes to Pink Possibilities chats. It could be people saying yes to a virtual event, something in person, RSVPing for your customer appreciation event. Like those all of the things count. Could be for our 30-minute virtual skincare consultation makeup lesson tomorrow. And I apologize if my family is very loud today.
We can't hear. I can't hear
You
them.
can't?
You're
It's
fine.
so
No,
loud
you're
over
good.
here. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Okay. Thank you guys.
They're just having a good time. No worries.
Oh, they're having some kind of okay. So Heather's got 10 bookings, slay
That's
the day
fantastic.
with through Maurice's and online events. That's amazing. And I know Jade's got a gal she's going to be seeing on Wednesday, which is super exciting. So shout out to you. Oh yes, I did see. Yeah, I did respond to your text about the restaurant promo. So yes, restaurant promo. I love restaurant
Yay,
promos.
that's great.
It is how I also started building my business many moons ago. So those are very near and dear to my heart.
Heather, why don't you tell us what a restaurant promo is?
That's funny. Because I was like, I always have to ask Danny about it again. But I will be going to a place called, well, hopefully, where she's just checking one more thing, just making sure, but she said she's 99.9% sure it's okay. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Wednesday night, they're doing a ladies' night over at this place called the Beach Dog Grill in Dunkirk. And what I'm going to do is bring my wooden roses. I'm going to spray them with some perfume, and then going to do a raffle, for customer appreciation. So we're going to do some gift certificates for the place that I'm going, as well as Mary Kay products. So I'm going to have everyone that comes enter to win, and then take those names and use those as my leads to move into the next part, which actually works out because I have Maurice's scheduled for Saturday. So that could be where I'm going to book them all to come on Saturday.
That's terrific. And tell me, are you getting paper entry slips? Or are you using a QR code? What are you doing to get them entered?
I am using paper entry slips. I bought these really cute ones on Amazon, and they seem to be working out for me when they see me write it down. I think sometimes people get hesitant of putting it in the QR code. I don't know. It just seems to be my thing.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
Yeah, that's awesome. We cannot wait to hear how those results go next week. So exciting.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Partner with your local business.
Yes. And what a fun place for ladies' night. You're gonna have amazing leads, women who like to have fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Pink Possibilities chats are new teammates. Let us know what have we been doing, because remember, and we're gonna review it again, but the cash giveaway drawing is closing this week. So we want to get as many of your people into that as physically possible. 2 chats. All right, Heather did
Fantastic.
2 chats, and hopefully her girl signs up on Thursday. Fingers crossed. Fingers and toesies crossed. Awesome. And then let us know what was the best thing in general that has happened, or Mary Kayland that has happened this past week.
I'm going to jump right in with Leaders Lunch. That was the most fun I've had just going to lunch in a long time. That was great.
Yeah, Leaders Lunch was really good. I'm gonna say I had a lot of fun, exciting things, but I gotta say potty training, knock on wood, is going pretty good. We had
Nice.
one little tiny number two in the potty today. Big day. So
Just wait till your budget opens up without paying for diapers.
I was at Target and I was like, oh, I don't need to buy diapers anymore. And Mom's like, yeah, you do. And I was like, no, I thought I was done. So maybe that's the last case of diapers. A girl can dream.
Be like a girl who's quitting smoking. You're just going to buy them a pack at a time.
That is what I'm doing. Like I'm buying.
No more cases.
Heather said her leader's lunch was great. And she loved doing her yard work because being outside was fabulous. Yeah, Saturday was gorgeous. And Jade, if you can get to the chat, let us know what your best thing that happened this past week was. We'd love to know. Okay, tomorrow.
And before you talk about that, I just want to shout out the girls who came to Leaders Lunch. Even our beautiful Danny included. You guys all got out of your comfort zone. I didn't know that Kim Stanley doesn't like to drive downtown, even though she used to work downtown. Danny acted like downtown was positively a third world nation. No lie. I'm like, girl, you've been to like other countries. You'll be fine. Heather got out of her own comfort zone and Kim came with her. And I just like once you do something you did that didn't feel comfortable, like you have to ask yourself, am I uncomfortable or am I unsafe? Sunday on a downtown is not an unsafe experience. It might be uncomfortable because it's not familiar to you, certainly not unsafe. And as you saw, it was like going to Silver Creek on a Sunday, right? Like you could roll a bowling ball through the streets of downtown on a Sunday afternoon. So for any of our girls watching the replay or checking us out on YouTube, like if you're local and you've not been going to Canal Side, all those kinds of things, like you can get downtown on a Sunday pretty easily. But more importantly, when you do something that didn't feel comfortable for you, you exercise that muscle and it gets stronger. So I'm really proud of you for choosing to go somewhere that was not familiar. And I think you guys all felt really well rewarded because it is a location unlike anything we could pick, in the southern tier or suburbs or, so.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. It looked so upscale, but it didn't have that crazy upscale price tag, which I also loved. Like it was so pretty and bougie, but like affordable.
Yeah, and the service was really good.
Yeah,
like their reputation is good and they usually like consistently live up to it.
Yeah, I would recommend it for anyone who hasn't been there. Shay's on me.
Shay and me.
Shay and me. Okay. Yeah. Definitely check it out. It was really good.
And during the weekdays, you can it's buy one, get one free lunches.
Ooh, yeah.
So maybe schedule your pink possibility chats down there.
Yeah, what a pretty atmosphere to do those chats in too.
Right?
You meet someone for coffee. They had good espresso. I accepted it. Okay, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern on Zoom, this Zoom link. We will have our 30-minute. I literally keep it to 30 minutes. I talk fast, but I keep it to 30 minutes. Virtual skincare consultation and makeup lesson. No samples required. One of the main things I love about it. I love that it's short and there's no samples required. Everyone can hop on to learn something fun. We go about like, why is skincare even important? We do a quick skincare demo, talk about the different lines. And then I do a quick demonstration on a dash out the door look and then a little bit of marketing because, I can't not put a little marketing up in a Mary Kay event. So we've had 2 so far. They've been going really great. Lots of positive feedback. So definitely check it out tomorrow, even if you're just hopping on to see what it's about, but like bring as many guests as you want. It's on Zoom. I think we'd have like 100. So that would be a champagne. I would upgrade my Zoom if we had more. Okay. Not afraid to upgrade the Zoom. This ends June 17th, which is Wednesday. So remember, every time you have guests entered into this, you are also entered into this big cash money drawing. So for them being a hostess, for them doing a Pink Possibilities chat, or joining your team, that's all the ways they can get entered into this. The Google form for me is in boards. I think, Diane, it's pinned in your pinned posts in Facebook groups. So if you haven't, you enter your people. Like I don't enter your people. You enter your hostesses.
I'm going to send it out by my project broadcast one more time so everyone doesn't have to go looking for it because we're down to the deadline. So I know sometimes if you have a challenge with focus, right, one extra step can be the difference between follow through and not following through. So you've got to keep your resources in front of you where they're easily accessible, and then take action, so.
Yeah. So this is Wednesday. Last day to get them in is Wednesday. Get them in. Get them in. Um, 10% off. Oh my God, that extra discount on all these amazing products. We showed the video last week. If you need it again, let us know. We'll send it to you, going through what all of these products are, why they're important, who are they good for. Um, and I'm very excited. I got to do an update. I haven't done one yet of where everybody is on all of our fun prizes for the month because they are just
So
the best.
exciting.
Yeah. And this is cumulative throughout the whole month. Okay. So look at where you are. How far do you have to
The
go to
quarter
hit your
ends
goal?
tonight too, friends. So make sure to check your star totals. You might be close to finishing or upgrading. So this overlaps with your star.
Yes. Yes, it does. Thank you, Diane. And if you do, yeah, text your director if you're not sure how to run the report. Um, Points to Paradise, Diane and I want to help you earn these prizes. We want you to earn them all. We want you to get the fun glasses, the bougie purse, of course, the vacation or the cash, alternative if you're not a cruise chick. But Diane was kind of selling me on the idea of a cruise at Leader's Lunch. Like it sounded
Oh
really
yeah,
nice between her
way
and
more
Heather. I'm
fun
like,
than you can
okay,
think.
yeah, like maybe there's something into this. And remember, the company is giving extra bonus points this month. So you get 500 extra bonus points when you register for seminar. You can register all month long for seminar. And if you're not sure the dates and all the things, ask us, we'll help you out. And then also, when you take advantage of those extra skincare promotions, whether you're putting them on your shelf, your customers are buying them, all the different ways helps to get you another additional extra 500 points towards this contest. Remember, it runs through the end of October. And it accumulates all the way through.
Wait, go back.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Just drop in the chat, either on our chat now or on the replay, if you would buy yourself a pair of Gucci sunglasses. Drop in the chat if you would buy yourself a Ferragamo purse. Now, drop in the chat if you would carry a Ferragamo purse. If you would wear Gucci sunglasses, right? Because, like, ladies, I would wear them, but I'm not dropping the dough, right? I would carry that Ferragamo bag like I just came from the old money country club. But I am not paying for that bag. So
Right.
if you want a style upgrade, if you want heritage pieces to leave someone you love someday, like that Ferragamo bag will get handed down. Like it is, like, honest to God, I follow a couple influencers that like have family history of family wealth, and it's amazing the pieces. Like, oh, I'm carrying my grandma's Chanel purse from 1977. She got this when grandpa was going to an awards dinner. Like that Ferragamo bag is that kind of a piece. So friends, outdo yourselves. You won't be sad.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And then our units updated. So Sadler unit, we just hit 80. Foundations, Crucial unit 41. So exciting. So
we're like right on par because you probably are twice as big as I am.
Yeah, I think proportionally the math works out.
Yeah, the math is mathing.
We'll be shrinking once Heather's unit leaves.
No, you won't, because you're going to be building your national area, friend.
That's true. That's true. We're still building.
So stay tuned for a great big additional sharing promotion coming to you July 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so yeah. We got the good stuff now for finishing your end and for watching Heather soar through that finish line, and more good stuff coming. So keep working, get yourself set up for that momentum to roll right into the next big thing.
Oh yeah. And remember, we are just, once we hit 100, we're going to give away one of those super fun towels. So every foundation you have is an entry into winning your own name customized beach towel. It'll just be so fun when you're at the pool, at the beach, on a cruise, all the things. This Friday, Saturday is our customer appreciation event. And if you haven't mailed out letters, don't worry about it. It's all good. I texted my customers. I posted in my VIP group, sent them email e-cards, letting them know about the excitement happening this weekend. So if you still want to be a part of it, you can still be a part of it. Okay. It's not too late at all. We want to load the house. Diane and I have 10 different in-person sessions between Friday and Saturday that you can bring guests to, or they can just shop all week, all day long. They can just shop with you, do virtual appointments. It's going to be so fun and such a fun way to show our customers that we appreciate them while still putting profit in your pocket.
And all the information is on boards. We both have a board with it. So like not only the dates and the times, but the how to, what to say, what do you put in the text, what do you put in the e-card. You guys, this is one of those things when you do something so generous for your customers later, when you're pushing for a goal, also, they remember you when you're looking for referrals, when you're like, oh, I'm just a couple more parties from, reaching they're like, oh yeah, let's do it. Cause they remember how generous you are. So, it's these layers that tie them to us to be more than just a place to shop.
Exactly. And then we have the fun May and June My Shop, which is your shopping website challenge, earning that super cute lanyard, which the pictures don't do it justice. It's an adorable lanyard to wear or have it like cute on your bag. So when you have cumulatively 300 or more in retail sales, you get that super cute lanyard. And such like a great like warm chattering piece because people are going to be like looking at it, trying to see like, what does it say? Oh, we're not there yet. Okay, Diane, you want me to make you the host?
You can if you want.
It lets me make a host, but it doesn't let me it used to let me make a co-host, and I don't know what happened to that. It disappeared. I don't know.
It's all right. Maybe you got to uninstall and reinstall.
Maybe. So, yeah.
You're still big on my screen.
Oh, I just turned off my sharing and made you a host.
Yeah, but you're still big on my screen. How am I on your screen now? They're bigger, Danny.
Everyone's the same size on my screen.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So weird. Okay. Regardless, most importantly, so I want to talk to you guys about goal setting and finishing a goal. Because believe it or not, the skill set is very much the same, but it doesn't feel the same, right? Like setting a goal is often very full of excitement, right? We get excited, we plot, we plan, there's like an energy about it that just really it raises your vibration quite actually. Like people are drawn to you. Maybe you've experienced this. Like it's really popular. You'll see it if you're looking outside of the business world. Like kids fundraisers are a good example of that. People who would never ask you for anything, they want to buy some overpriced popcorn, and they ask you with all the enthusiasm, right? Like that's the setting of the goal. Like help my kid get dance costumes, help the softball team get new gloves, right? Help us with our uniforms, help us go to the out of town training camp, or sometimes people at work that you don't really talk to that often will come to you with the catalog from a direct selling company and be like, oh, do you guys need any candles? And notice they're not always even inviting you to the party. They're just like, hey, you need a candle, you need a baking mix, because they got their eye on something, right? There's something there they're excited about. And then there's the belief factor and the comfort factor. So let's get in our head for a minute. Let's think about doing something we've never done before, both with and without support. And I like the analogy of riding a bike. Is everybody here capable of riding a bike? So at some point, you were maybe in a big wheel, maybe, right? Like you were low to the ground, you had 3 wheels. If you fell, it wasn't going to hurt. And then somebody had the good idea. Heather says, maybe. Nice, Heather. Come on over. We'll get you started. I got a Mary Kay bike you can ride. So, hang on 1 second. I can't even believe this. Cooper, what are you eating? He took something off the shelf.
Oh boy. Cooper likes to eat Mary Kay products. He's eating some mascara, some foundation.
Clamp for my ring light off the shelf. Can you even imagine?
Oh, not even a Mary Kay product. Okay.
No, not this time. So, all right. Thank goodness he didn't walk out of the room with it. So, all right. So you had to get on that bike and there was someone supporting you, right? Someone behind you was holding the seat or doing the towel method or whatever. There might have even been training wheels. But at some point that person let go, you rode around without the person, but you had the training wheels. And then maybe you had the person and not the training wheels. And then at some point you had to do it. And there was a belief factor at some point that you were going to become capable of riding the bike, right? You might not have had the balance developed yet. Maybe the muscle strength wasn't there. You could only ride for 3 or 4 houses before you were wobbly because your muscles got sore. But then somewhere along the way, as you started to develop, the possibility of actually riding the bike around the block out of the view of the people who are helping you seemed like a possibility. And the freedom of being able to do that, right? That's the why. At some point you decided you wanted to ride the bike. There was a why there. Maybe you wanted to keep up with the bigger kids in the neighborhood. Maybe you wanted to go somewhere hadn't gone before. Maybe your neighbor had a cute bike that you thought you deserved to have too, whatever it is. But at some point you knew you did not know how to ride a bike, but you were going to ride the bike, right? There was a huge gap of a lack of things in the middle, but that did not stop you from moving forward. So that is our first step. So we're coming up on closing down on a goal, and we're going to talk about that as we wrap, but we're 2 weeks away from setting new goals. And maybe you already have an idea what those next set of goals will be. But sometimes we talk ourselves out of our goals because the gap of what we know, our strength, our skill set, our how-to looks too big. So we lean into the excitement and then we immediately pull back. So I'm going to ask you now to promise yourself at the very next opportunity you have to set a goal, you will lean into the excitement and not let the how-to, the why, the when dampen your chasing of that goal. Okay. Because it's in the action of pursuit that the tools, the skills, the strength grows in order to get there. So the pursuit is part of the process of the winning. People don't decide they're going to be winning the gold medal at the Olympics because they're already the fastest on the field, right? They have to even go through trying out to get on the field. And then they may be on the alternate team. And it's in the practicing, the striving, their speed increases, their strength increases, right? So I want you to keep that mindset when you're setting your very big next goal. And then I want you to really focus on your why. And your why is so important in the beginning and so important at the end. And it is the thread that ties it all together in the middle. Okay. It's your why is the connecting thread between the beginning and the finishing. Okay. So your why has to be big. So like Danny said to me at seminar last year, she's going to be the queen. And she was moved by the people on the stage with their families, right? So at any point things get hard in this upcoming seminar year, Danny's going to be seeing Cecilia on stage looking at her mother holding the roses with the crown on. And that's like a forever memory, right? Like, so when look how emotional she's getting. So when it's hard, you go back to that moment and there's your why. It's so big, it moves the emotion in you, right? So for me, a why I have is I would like to do something I've never done before. And I'd like to get all 4 of my kids, my children and their partners on a trip of things I never have to say no to. So I want to create the kind of abundance in our life that if my son says, I'd really like to go on the helicopter ride, I think, of course you do. And all right, let me get that for us, so you have to have a why. Maybe your why is you want a resume that's a rock star. For me, being part of the top 1% of Mary Kay is a point of personal accomplishment because I'm not college educated. I have a semester of college and a bunch of miscellaneous continuing ed. I've gone to the School of Life and I've attended YouTube University quite regularly. So, and I'm willing to sit at anybody's feet. But for a long time, it was a point of insecurity for me. And then I realized I've accomplished something out of a million women that only 1% have, 2% have, right? Like that's a big deal. So for me, that was the piece of me that allowed me to walk into a room where I might otherwise not feel strong enough to do that. So like maybe being in the Princess Court of Sales, the Queen's Court of Sales, the Queen's Court of Sharing, a 4-quarter star. Maybe you've just never been someone who's super consistent in your life. So 4-quarter star represents for you, not necessarily whatever prize Mary Kay puts on the table or the points you earn, but it represents for you developing the consistency that you know will serve you in other areas of life. So your why is very important. So, and it's a place where you need to really settle in, knuckle down, bite into. If you don't have it, this is what Danny and I do. We are here to coach you. We are here to help you cry. Like that is our job. We want to get to the why that pulls the emotion up out of you, because when you get to that emotion is going to be bigger than any obstacle that could get in your way. That's why that matters, because there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be illness. There's going to be car repairs. There's going to be job changes. There might even be a move. We have no crystal ball except to know there's only 3 seasons of life: in a crisis, out of a crisis, or fixing to have one, and you just don't know it, right? That's what we do. So these pieces, and I know that you ladies have this in you because you keep your day jobs, right? You ride out all the rest of life with a smile on your face at your day job. So you already know how to do this. It's just a matter of knowing you can do it here too. So how to set a goal. So your why is important. So 2 weeks from now, we're going to talk about why we're setting it. today we're talking about why did you set it, right? You all said either when you got your pink agreement or when you went to seminar last year or when they opened up Q4, or whatever it is, that when the Points to Paradise promotion launched or when you saw a star prize, there's something that you said, I want that is ending today and ending on the 30th, right? And let's just go back to that moment right now and say, why did you say I want that? You have a choice to make. How are you going to feel on the 30th of June? You can be tired from doing the work or tired from feeling defeated. I encourage you to be tired from working. It feels very different. And how will you feel? How will you finish? Like, I know one of the things when we get close to a deadline, sometimes coloring outside the line starts to look tempting. But let me tell you, when you stand on the podium and they place the ribbon around your neck with the medal hanging on it, you don't want to feel like you have imposter syndrome. You want to know that you did the thing, right? Like, so do the thing and trust that if we work like it's up to us and pray like it's up to God, it all comes out together. He will bless your work, but you have to give him something to bless, right? So that is really a big part of it. And also, not to be a Debbie Downer, a Diane Downer. If you were to miss the goal, but you said, I gave it 110%, you'll be able to focus on what you learned and not feel defeated. If you missed the goal and you didn't give it 110%, you'll be I woulda, coulda, shoulda girl. So even in the striving, there is such great value, but don't quit on yourself, you know? So let's talk about the cycle of the goal setting, right? There's obviously the high. I'm going to be the number one person. My family's going to be on stage next year. I'm going to get my next company car. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be in the Queen's Quarter sharing. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go on the Points to Paradise cruise. We're all excited, right? That's easy. And we're in that moment, we are unstoppable. People book with us, people buy the big roll bag, people join our team because we're just riding that energy of belief and excitement and we're vibrating and everybody else wants in on it. So that is the high. So in the high, we're going to harness, right? So keep your H. We're going to high, we're going to harness. And then what happens next? Well, life happens next. And then we get a little ho-hum. I don't know if I want to go on the cruise. I think I'll probably get seasick anyway, right? That's not an acceptable choice because did you know if you're in the middle of the boat, you won't get seasick because it doesn't move. So whatever your obstacle is, we're going to talk about that. That's part of the process. We're going to figure it out. Maybe you don't have childcare. Maybe you don't have transportation. Maybe you share a car with your partner. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're introverted and this just doesn't feel great for you. So we're going to figure that out. But in the ho-hum is where the halting can happen, right? But that's where the growth happens. The ho-hum is where we grow, is where we develop the stick-to-itive muscle. So what carries you through the ho-hum is habit. Is there anybody here who ever wakes up and is super excited to brush their teeth? Not like I need to brush my teeth, I have morning breath, but like I'm excited. I can't wait to brush my teeth. Right? Never, right? Maybe when you were little and you first learned, there was a big deal, right? Mom was still clapping for you. But is there anybody who's ever been like just so dog tired that they don't brush their teeth? Like, I'm sorry. I don't have enough energy to put on clean underwear and brush my teeth today. Sounds funny to say, right? Like it's what gets you to do it? Not just hygiene, but habit, right? Like you know where the toothbrush is, you know where the toothpaste is, you know how to do it. The habit, you're going to go do it without even thinking about it because it's a habit. So when you get in pursuit of your goal consistently enough and long enough, the booking is going to happen because the habit is going to, you can be a hum, but you know how to sit at your desk or sit in your parked car in your garage so the family can't hear you. You make 10 calls or like some of the strategies, right? When you first walk in work, you can leave for work 15 minutes early, depending on when you start. You can make calls in your car. You can, and if your parking lot's a busy place, like I used to try and do that at ECC, I can't believe how popular I was in my parking lot. So I used to have to park in a different parking lot at the edge so no one would see me. Like there are obstacles, but I was determined to become a sales director while I still worked at the college. So, I mean, it got to the point one time I was in the corner of the parking lot and security came to see me because I was there for 10 minutes. They saw me on the camera. They came to make sure I was okay. I'm like, no, I'm working before I go to work. Go away. Right. But that was my habit. Was like I had kids at home. It was going to be busy. I needed 15 minutes of quiet to get 30 minutes of work done. Because when you're focused, you are unstoppable, right? Like you can sit at your desk and like page through things and have Facebook open and make 4 calls. But if someone said, you need to coach this party right now, or it's not going to be a party, you can get that coaching done in 15 minutes. I promise you. So you will find the skills to support the habit. You will find the things. Maybe you come out of work and you wait 10 minutes before you drive home, or you drive to the convenience store around the corner from your house and park there for 10 minutes. Like, I promise you, the tools are there. And you could live alone and just need to park in a parking lot, because maybe you just go home and you get distracted. So this isn't just out for the mamas with challenges. Some of us have other real challenges, right? So you've got the high that you're going to harness because you're unstoppable in the midst of the high. Then you've got the ho-hum, and habit has to kick in at that moment. So you're going to cultivate the habits in the high so they will carry you through the ho-hum, right? But then I would be lying to you if I didn't say there was a season of help, right? Because we have high, we have ho-hum, and then we have holy smokes, help, right? Like, the gap is too big. I thought I was going to be in the Princess Court of Sales, and I'm only at 17,000, and I have, another 2,000 to go, 4,000 to go. How do I do it? Help, help, help. That's when you're your hype girl. Okay. Your help is your hype. So that's what Danny and I are for. We are there to help you remember your greatness. They say your circle is people who will sing your song back to you when you forget the melody and lyrics, right? That is who we are, is to help you remember. So you got to tell us your why, but also you're going to go back to your why. You're going to remember, like, oh my God, the family's going to be so proud of me. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go on this cruise. I'm going to take my mama, my bestie, my partner. Oh my gosh, I'm going to wear these bougie sunglasses. And people are going to think I'm like that girl and be like, no, no, I'm still the girl, my values haven't changed. My company just rewarded me for being awesome, right? Like, maybe you want to leave your daughter a Ferragamo purse that she'll pass on to her daughter someday. Like, what a fun thing to say. My mama was with this pink company back in the day, and then she left me this, and your great grandma gave you that bag. Like, because it's a legacy piece, you guys. It's not just a purse. Like, seriously. And it represents something. So you're going to be your help girl. That's going to, when you're in the help season, and you're also going to lean into your circle. Like, this is when we help each other, right? Like, Heather may have 30 more sharing appointments to do in the next 2 weeks. So Danny will do some, Heather will do some, and like, I'll do some, or one of the other director girls will do some. Like, we're all in the corner together, because that's what we do. When you do the work, you are worthy of the assistance of the work. It keeps your deserve level up, right? It's hard to ask for help when you've been slacking. But if you do the thing when you're high, ride out the whole home with a good habit. When you're in the help season, it's okay to ask for help, because you can say, I've been doing the thing. I've been doing the thing. I've been doing the thing. I could just use a little help. And you know what else happens? In the essence of asking for help, in that practice, it gives other people purpose. It gives them permission to ask for help. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of leadership. Okay. So now we're at the finish line. We've got a couple more things going. The finish line can look far. That's when we're going to look on the focus and the fun, because you are not going to go far if you are begrudging the work. So in the focus of the far, you're going to do what you're absolutely good at. Okay. So if you love face-to-face things, you're going to do them. If you love virtual, you're going to do them. If you like to be on the phone, you're going to do them. If you're great at doing a Facebook Messenger party, you're going to, whatever your jam is, that's what you focus on in the end, because that's where your strength is. And you keep the fun in the process. Keep talking about the celebration, the winning, the after party, what's going to happen, because people want to be a part of that. You're going to work fast, because momentum is your friend. Okay. So the more you can do, the closer together, there's nothing better than having a booking blitz and getting 10 bookings on your appointment, and then having to coach them, because that momentum will book the next appointments. It gets a lot easier. And then the other thing you're going to do is you're going to look for your fans. There's helpers in every group. There's people who want you to win. So when you're close to that finish line that you've been working for the entire period of the goal, and you're so close, there are people who are in your amen corner. You're going to lean into those people. They are your fans. They want to see you win. You're going to tell them specifically how they can help you, and you will ask for that help, and you will tell them what's in it for them. And they will be part of the celebration, just like they're part of the process. So this season is very unique, because we're about to wrap up some very big goals and immediately go into the next set of setting goals. And if you're somebody who is sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm speaking from a place of experience there. When I joined Mary Kay, I was 21 years old. I was married to the boy I was crushing on in high school. We had our own place in Wichita Falls, Texas, just outside of an Air Force base. They had a pool in our apartment while all my friends were still living with their parents. We both drove late model Mustangs with 5-liter engines, 5-speed, transmissions. Mine was a convertible. Okay. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, I was like, this is it. I worked so hard to get here. I got a fun car. I live in a cool place. I'm with the man I love. And that's it. I've arrived. This is it. Like, So if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you might need a fresh goal to get you out of bed in the morning. Like having something bigger than yourself to chase after gives you purpose. And one of the neat things about Mary Kay is when we go out to, the only way to succeed in our business is to serve other people. And in the process of serving other people, our marketing plan is written so we have to be lifters of others. If we don't go out to, if we go out to sell product, it does not happen. If we go out to lift and empower women and we know how to help them with their wish list and close a party appropriately, we empower them and the sales happen naturally because our skill set is in place, but as is our heart, you know? So I want you to think for a minute about a blessing you have gotten out of this business. And then I want you to take a minute and text the person who sponsored you, who asked you, because they had to get out of their own way to offer this to you. And just think for a minute, if that wasn't part of your life, you are now in a position to pass those things on to other people. And that is a huge part of the process. And let's not forget about the marathon runner who gets tired around mile 18 and says, I'm not quitting. And somewhere between 19 and the finish line, adrenaline kicks in and they get that second wind. And suddenly, like mile 23 has a faster time than mile 17. Like, how does that even happen? But God has wired us for endurance. He has wired us for things bigger than we're capable of because there's nothing he's not capable of. So if there's a dream on your heart that moves you to tears, trust that that is not just your dream. There is his purpose in that dream. And to pursue it ardently, wholeheartedly, as if you couldn't fail, and humbly to ask for help and know that you're going to need to build your skill set along the way. That's just not about the doing. That's about the becoming. So.
Sorry, I had to mute it because the humans. That could have been like a seminar class, Diane. That was so good. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. So beautiful. Yes, Heather says beautiful, Diane. Oh my God. I hope you guys, you're gonna have to listen to that again. It was so good. I'm so
If
glad
I
we
could
played
give
these
you
calls.
guys anything, I wish I could give you a mirror that would show you what we see when we look at you. Like, because I think we all have a moment of imposter syndrome sometimes because something didn't go with like we thought it would, or we didn't sit down to make the calls at 6 when we said we would. So we made them at 7 and we could have made 5 more calls. You know, we would have, could have, should have on ourselves. But that's not what we see when we look at you. We see your heart, we see your effort, we know your lives, like we all have it. Like Danny was so transparent at lunch yesterday when we had an appointment yesterday. This is so funny too, because I had an appointment scheduled and like I literally couldn't see across the street. I had to call her and be like, what's the weather like by you? I'm like, I can't believe I'm having this conversation not in December, but I would not have left my house and I would have felt awful for someone to just coming Thursday now. So,
Yeah.
but like seriously, I was like, really? Like the weather's going to be the thing. But Danny said it wasn't my focus this week. Now, that's brave to say, but that's also a life lived in balance, right? We chose this business because it's family, faith, finances, faith, family, finances, right? Finances are last. And it allows us to stay present in the moments that are important to us. But it in no way does it mean if you didn't make calls on Tuesday, you're not worthy of support on Thursday, right? Like living a life in balance gives other people permission to do the same thing. So just know when you set that goal and you pull out your weekly plan sheet and you allot the time slots in pink that are necessary to achieve it, and you pursue them imperfectly, but ardently pursue them, that's all it takes to know that we're all going to rise up to meet you. And it's just, you can do this. What we just talked about in the Mary Kay world, you can do with anything. If your finances aren't perfect, you can take this very same skill set and apply it to your finances. Why do you want a better credit score? Why do you want to pay off your credit cards? Why do you want a security account? What is, you know, if your relationships are shit, I'm sorry to say it like that, but like, if we come from a family of origin that didn't have healthy to pass on, we don't have healthy as a model, right? So we have to work to grow that. But you maybe look across the street at the neighbors and think, I want that in my world. I want to speak to my kids with that patience when she's the way she speaks to her kids. Why am I so quick to fly off the handle? Or you know, maybe romantically, you feel like you could communicate better with the partner. Maybe your friendships could have better, like whatever it is, like this can, like maybe your fitness, maybe you just wish you could move the couch without sitting on the floor and pushing with your feet, right? Like, I mean, in any category, this will work for you. So I want to ask you to exercise it with us because this is where we know how to coach you. But we're not only going to coach you to have big pink accomplishments, we're going to coach you to have the skills that will take you into the other areas of your life that maybe you didn't know you had a cheerleader for.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to say the Mary Cash quote that I feel like I had one, but now I feel like there's so many good Mary Cash quotes that would go with it. I'm gonna change my mind because I'm gonna I'm gonna say two. So the one I initially picked was the greatest pollution problem we face today is negativity. So I guess it still does fit because if you can keep positive and optimistic and your eye on the prize, like you can like, put your blinders on and like kind of what's the word I want?
Focus.
Thank you. Like focus and like block out to the noise of the negativity, like staying positive. And like if you don't hit a goal, like what can you learn from that goal? Because usually, like if like Diane said, if you worked your little dupayage off, but you fell short, like evaluate like what went really well and what could change for the next time. I love that. I did forget one announcement, Diane.
Okay.
Melissa's debut next week. Oh my God.
Oh, that's right.
I feel horrible that I didn't have it in there initially. Oh my goodness. I know I'm going. I assume you're probably going too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Melissa Skrzyszewski, full-time math teacher, just debuted as a director. And if you want to see the power of the pink bubble, the culture that Diane and I preach and preach and preach about, the way to see it is to come to this event because you're going to see the support, the excitement, the love of Mary Kay, like all the things. Like coming to this event is going to be so motivating, so much fun. Um, I bet there's prizes to be won. Okay. But also, you can bring your guests, you can bring customers, you can bring friends so that they can also see, like, what is this thing that, Heather's doing?
I'm gonna one up you on that, Danny. Not to throw you under the bus,
No, it's
but
okay.
my rule of thumb for this is gonna go to the same rule of thumb I gave Heather. If you would room with her at seminar or you just enjoy her company, if you smile when she books an appointment with you, if you leave your purse, your husband, or your kids alone with her, you should invite her. If she's not been in the best spirits lately, but she's someone you really like, you especially should invite her. You'd be surprised how many women do not have a circle of uplifting women. They have a circle of complaining women. And an event like this is an event, not only may she join your team, but even if she would never consider joining your team, she'll have more respect for you and support your business better. She'll have more appreciation for the things you do because she'll learn about the marketing plan and she'll realize that when you give her a gift, you've really given her the gift because she'll hear that it comes out of your part of the dollar that night. But in addition to that, she will feel empowered to go after her own things when she goes home. So even if Mary Kay is not for her, the kind of event the kind of atmosphere that takes place at a debut reminds us that we're all capable of more and that there's a reason to keep trying. I've never taken anyone to an event that said I wouldn't go to one of those again. Like you guys, this is like the kind of thing you just want to invite everyone to. It is so good. And you will sit there. If you don't invite as many people as you can, you will be thinking of the people you should have invited while you were sitting there. And this atmosphere, sales director debuts are one of my favorite events. They are unmatched. Not only are the celebration of the accomplishment of the mentor, they are a celebration of the accomplishment of the unit who came together. And the overcoming stories are powerful, the lessons learned along the way, and the celebration. Like nobody throws a party like Mary Kay throws a party. So
Oh yeah. There is a cost for consultants, but not for guests. You can bring as many humans as you want. It's just $20, but you're gonna see why it's worth $20. 100,000,000%.
And the price of going to Mary Kay things has gone up a little bit over the years. And it's funny because I remember when they used to be under $10 because I've been around a long time. But I was just in the drive-through the other day getting a soda for Mark, and the person ahead of me was in the car by themselves and their order was $17. Like, it's interesting to me, like the things that we put value on and don't put value on. Like you can go to Starbucks and get a bougie drink and like a wrap and you're $15. Like, so I mean, to me, $20 when you consider this, like, and you're gonna go home and feel empowered. You're gonna remember that you were made for more as well.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna take a lot of notes because we're gonna have to plan Heather soon.
Yeah, and speaking of notes, there's a little training afterwards for consultants, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah. So for guests, it's from 6 to 8, but any consultants that come or they might sign up that night get to stay till 9 o'clock for some very fun training.
Yeah.
Very fun.
And
very
don't
fun.
forget to remind your guests that it's a professional event for Mary Kay consultants and directors. So we will be professionally dressed. And I would say to them, typically that is a little nicer than business casual, or you'll see some skirts and dresses. Our leadership team wears a Chanel inspired jacket, but guests are always welcome to come comfortable. I just like you to know what environment you're walking into. So, because some women would be mortified if they wore jeans and saw you in your director's jacket. So, or saw your director in her jacket. And other women would wear jeans regardless, So, but it's important that we let them know so they decide so they're not self-conscious while they're there.
Yes, thank you, Diane. So yes, so many good points. So we hope you see you there. Please text us that you're coming. You can Venmo Sandy Braun or you can Venmo us and then we can send it on to Sandy Braun if that's a little bit easier for you. But yes, we would love to know that you're coming. We hope that you come. It's gonna be incredible, so much fun. Like you're gonna be sad if you don't go. Like all the FOMO, all the FOMO.
All the FOMO.
Yes. Awesome, ladies. Well, cheering you on for these next 2 weeks. And we'll see you next week. Or hopefully we see you Friday, Saturday for customer appreciation.
Friday, Saturday, next week on screen, and then at Melissa's. We're going to be together so much. You guys are going to be sick of us, I hope. Hope not. All right. Still
Awesome.
time to register for seminar. Don't forget.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Oh, let me stop the recording.